Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Bolo, bolo.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So thank you all for chanting with me. This process of chanting Hare Krishna together like this is called kirtan, and it's becoming very popular in the United States. There are many kirtan concerts that people come and they play different musical instruments, harmonium and mridanga, kartals, and it's a way to get in touch with God by chanting the names of Krishna. We're actually getting in touch with Krishna, and you can actually tangibly feel how it's piercing through the mental and intellectual levels and getting right to the spiritual level and bringing spiritual happiness and makes us peaceful. So I think the Swami should be arriving very soon, and I'd like to tell everyone that it's my privilege to introduce tonight's speaker, His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Swami. He was here last year, I believe, and he spoke over across the street in the smaller venue there with the piano there. But Bhakti Vikasa Swami joined the Hare Krishna movement in 1975, and here he is. And he's entered the Sannyas Order of Life, the Renounced Order of Life, in 1989. And he's a very, very vigorous preacher of the teachings of Swami Prabhupada, the founder of the Hare Krishna movement. And he's also a prolific author. You see him on this table here. There are many of his books. I highly recommend this 3-volume set, a biography of Swami Prabhupada's guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I found it a very, very wonderful book.
Did you read it?
Yes, I read it. I loved it. I read the whole thing, even all the appendices, and I felt that I understood Srila Prabhupada better. How, from reading it, I want to thank you, Maharaj, for this book, because I felt that I could really see more how Prabhupada was doing exactly what Bhaktisiddhanta wanted him to do, you know, and exactly how. We may have, because lawyers have to read so much garbage all the time, and we like it when we read something that's very pertinent. And Swami has preached in India, mainly in India and Bangladesh, but also in Burma, Malaysia, Thailand, and lectures in English and Hindi as well as Bengali. At any rate, he always has interesting things to say, so please join me in giving a warm welcome to His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Swami.
Hare Krishna. The subject of tonight's talk is the highest attainment. We should aim to do the best we can. Is it not? Yeah. Do the best you can with your life. What's the best thing you can do? We should not simply be mediocre. So what's the best thing? What's the best thing? Just the Olympic Games are finished, so how high you can jump, how fast you can run, how quickly you can swim, that is being tested. And the best runners, jumpers, swimmers have got their gold medals, and 4 years later it will go on again. So what's the best thing we can do with our lives? Be as rich as Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. Be as powerful as who? Who's powerful?
Obama.
Obama is powerful? Well, some people say Hitler was very powerful. Obama's not so powerful. Hitler had a lot more power. Then, be as beautiful as fill the dotted lines. I don't know who's the latest in the Hollywood scene or Bollywood scene. Who's the great beauty? Aishwarya Rai's finished a long time ago. You're more out of date than I am. Anyway, whoever the latest Aishwarya Rai is, there was Rekha, Sri Devi, and when I first came to India it was Rekha. Now no one ever heard of her now. So that's the point. What is the highest achievement? To be beautiful, famous, wealthy, boom, gone. How old are you, sir? Yeah.
I am 73, about to turn 74.
Almost 74 years old.
Yes, sir.
So, your life is mostly gone.
I hope so.
Where did it all go? It's just, where does the time go? It's just a flash. We all do something in our life, but whatever it is, it's just a flash. If we just consider, how long do we live? In eternal time, however great you are, Obama, big famous name. Of what? The most powerful country in what? Some little blob floating, some little piece of dust floating around. That is the earth. And we take it very seriously. Who won the World Series? Baseball. Don't know. San Francisco.
Wasn't it?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm from England. I don't know what baseball is. I just heard of the World Series. If I saw people playing, I wouldn't even know what the. I've heard of a home run, but I don't know what it is. So, but people take it very seriously, right? If you're a great baseball player, you can hit the ball and run fast and everyone cheers. But what is it all? What's going on here? We're tiny little beings on a tiny little planet, and our span of life is just boom, like that. And why do we take it so seriously that I have to Hare Krishna, that I have to run fast or swim quickly, lift some weights, be very beautiful, be famous, be respected? Why should we bother? What is it that's urging us? Why do we not feel satisfied simply to, I guess, just to live? Or why even to eat? Why do we want to eat? That seems like a silly question, doesn't it? If we don't eat, we'll starve. But why are we concerned to live even? Why should we do? What if this body is only chemicals? Then why should we be concerned to maintain it? What's the answer to that? The answer is that it is not chemicals. That is the answer. Otherwise, where does this feeling come from? I've got to do something, I've got to achieve something, I've got to enjoy something, I've got to show myself. Where does that come from? It's not from chemicals. You make this what's this called? Video recorder? Camera. Some kind of camera. So you can program a camera any way you like, but it'll never have any personal volition. You can make a robot, a very simple robotic device. If you shine a red light on it, it will say, I see a red light. But who is that I? There's no I there. It responds in a way that a human might respond, but it's simulated. There's no real person in there. So where does this volition come from? To even exist, to want to, and not just to exist, but to do well, to do better than the situation we find ourselves in. Well, where does that all come from? What's the answer? Well, I'll tell you the answer. We are spiritual beings. That desire comes from the soul. Desire, a camera can never have desire, or ambition, or purpose, or even think about such things. A chair, a camera, can never have such things, because it's simply matter. And what is the body? Simply matter. And what am I? I am not simply matter. If I was, I'm not going to, but just as, for example, if I was to take this camera and smash it, that would be a minor criminal offense. If I was to take a human being and smash the head so that it was killed, that's a major criminal offense. What's the difference? Those chemicals, maybe it's more messy if you smash a head open, but that's not the reason that it's a major offense. The reason is because life is precious. Life is meaningful. These desires that we have, that I want to do more with my life than what I am now, that ultimately comes from the soul. It's just like we see so many people from India here come to America. And it's not just the fact of earning money and what you can do with it, the prestige that comes with it, and the feeling that now I'm showing myself to be a success among all the people that I was raised among, that's very prominent. It's not just the money earning, but and what you can buy with the money, but the whole syndrome that comes with it, that, yeah, I've done something with my life. But ultimately, what is that you have done? You've earned respect from some people, and whatever you've done, whatever respect they accord to you, that will all be forgotten in due course of time. Even there may be so many big, powerful people. Obama, someone said he's very powerful. Yes, he's powerful in some ways, but there will come a time when no one has ever heard his name. If you come to this very spot, after some time, there'll be his name never heard. Or maybe someone there won't be Stanford University either, but if there's any educational institution, then someone somewhere will say, oh yes, there was someone called Obama. And then that also will be forgotten in the course of time. So what is it? Where do we care for attainments, prestige, status, or even survival? Because we are meant for more than this humdrum life. As spiritual beings, we are meant for more than simply existing. We are meant for simply existing, eating, growing old, dying, showing yourself to be better than others. We are meant for very high achievements, but we don't know, we don't have information about what we're actually meant for. We are spiritual beings. From the material platform, we cannot get information of who we actually are. Spirit, by definition, is different to matter. Materialistic scientists or empiricists, they deny the existence of spirit or the soul because they can't measure it by empiric means. This is foolishness, because the very definition of spirit is that it is not meant. If we take spirit, that means different to matter, and then if you can't measure it by material means and you say it doesn't exist, then that's foolishness. By nature, it has a different nature altogether from that of matter. We can measure chemicals. We can measure the different, the length, the breadth, the different forces within the atoms, the bonding between the atoms in the molecules. We can measure such things. But we can't empirically establish the existence of the soul, but to say it doesn't exist is ridiculous. Otherwise, what's the difference between me and you and a table? It's all made out of the same. The physical structure is all made from the same elements. But clearly there is a difference between a living being and a non-living entity. So the difference is the presence of the soul. Desire comes from the soul. Desire is very powerful force. This whole university with all its order, the freeways in America, the very existence of America as it is now, it all comes from desire, right?